Hey YouTube, what's going on? So I wanted to first and foremost, those of you that caught my attempt at vlogging the other day and didn't really turn out so great. I was having some technical difficulties and I just ran out of time, could not keep redoing it. All of you are probably will understand why there's no lens here on the VariCam. Those of you that missed out on that vlog, the reason why there's no lens on the VariCam is because I sold the lens. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. Also, those of you that caught my last vlog, or those of you that didn't catch my last vlog, I currently have this matte box and this recorder monitor, the Odyssey 7Q Plus, for sale. It's on my eBay. They're both listed for sale. Now, unless somebody pays what I'm asking for the matte box between now and I think Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week, I'm most likely going to hold on to the matte box. But if it sells before Wednesday or Thursday, I'll honor the sale and replace it with a clip-on matte box. But the whole reason why I'm looking at getting rid of the matte box is to lighten the load of the VariCam rig, because the camera is starting out like just the viewfinder and this camera here with the shoulder mount attachment to it is like 12 and a half, 13 pounds. Cause the camera body itself, just this, is like 11 pounds. So when you start with a camera that's already like has that kind of weight to it, and you want something mobile, you don't really want to start exceeding to where you're getting, like once you get to like 20, 25 pounds, it can start becoming a royal pain in the ass, and that's not what I want to have happen with the VariCam rig. So it all depends now on what the weight distribution is going to be. Like, hopefully the monitor will sell relatively soon. It's a great monitor. It's just too big. I'm looking for something that's has like a 5-inch panel on it instead of 7. Just something that just more kind of compact. Try to make the camera as compact as I can. But here's what I wanted to update you guys on in terms of what I'm planning to do. Like, oh, there's no lens. What's Michael gonna do now? So I've been playing with the idea for a long time to try to invest in prime lenses, like start building a kind of unique, funky collection of prime lenses. And I come from a world of zoom lenses. I taught myself filmmaking at a very young age, long time ago, good old 1999, on zoom lenses, on fixed lensed video cameras. The DVX100, the PD150, the XL2, the little JVC that's hiding back there. That was my first camera ever in 1999. So I've spent 95% of my creative life working with cameras that have a zoom lens either fixed to it, or I just have a zoom lens attached, because I've grown accustomed to the freedom of being able to change your focal length while you're shooting. Now, obviously I've used prime lenses many times in my life, but I've never used them in a setting of where it's like owner operator. It's like, there's been a lot of freelance gigs that I used to do. I shot some test footage with the Zeiss CP2s a long time ago with the 5D Mark II. For a director, I was shooting some stuff. We went out with that in this big Zacuto rig and whatnot. Like, everybody that knows anything about cameras, doesn't matter where your level of education is, almost everybody understands the fact that, especially in the lower to mid-tier budget range of a lens, especially a lens that has a PL mount on it, the optical quality of a lens is going to be much higher in the world of primes than zooms, because there's less pieces of glass. There's less pieces of glass that are obstructing, the entrance of the lens to the entrance to the face of the sensor or the film, gate or whatever. So I wanted to play around with that. Excuse me. Hold on. That would be the tail end of my smoker's flu. So since it decided to just like take over the attention for a minute, I'll ADD for a moment and kind of derail what I was just talking about and let you guys know what that was all about. So January 9th will be 2 months no smoking for me. I've been completely straight edge off of everything, completely sober. Obviously, I haven't had any alcohol in well over 2 years. It'll be 3 years in October, which is still far away. It's like 9 months away, 10 months away. I don't even know where the fuck I am. And then tobacco, the last day that I had a cigarette was November 9th of last year, of 2024, was the night of November 9th. That was the last time that I smoked. And the good news is that the psychological and addictive aspects of cigarettes are gone in me. I don't have any more cravings. I don't have the need to smoke, the wanting to smoke. I'm not going to say that I don't miss them, but it's a manageable feeling of missing something where it's like, okay, yeah, I can miss it, but I'm not doing it again. You know, if that makes any sense. But the biological aspect of ridding myself of cigarettes, I'm still going through that. A lot of people go through something called smoker's cough or smoker's flu, where, you know, a month or so into quitting, we all have these tiny, I'm not trying to be graphic or anything, but we all have these tiny little hairs in our lungs that help push out debris and fight bacteria and all that stuff. And when you smoke, you paralyze all those tiny hairs, and it drops your immune system. But then when you quit, one of the very first things to regenerate in your body are those tiny little hairs in your lungs. And so you go through a process called smoker's flu, which you have cold or flu-like symptoms, you know, but you don't actually have a cold. It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world. I don't even know how to explain it. I've broken out into fevers. Would feel lightheaded out of nowhere, like my blood sugar dropped or my blood pressure dropped out of nowhere. It's the craziest just roller coaster of shit, but it's manageable, and I'm at the tail end of it. And the last real major symptom that I'm dealing with is that my body is just pushing a lot of bacteria and crap that has been lodged in my respiratory system for decades out. So like, I'm gonna keep this as G-rated as possible because I don't wanna like TMI you guys, but like every morning for the last couple weeks, I have a fit of like coughing up a bunch of green shit. So if that's any indication that you should never smoke, and that when you quit, just understand you're gonna be going through some gnarly fucking shit to get to the other side of good health. Like, if there's anything I wish I could do with a time machine, it's getting in a time machine, finding my 14-year-old self and smacking that cigarette out of his hand. Ugh, God, it's so stupid. So yeah, but it's all good though. It's like I'm getting better, my body's repairing itself, I've got more energy, I'm sleeping better, I'm digesting food better. It's like almost the same good symptoms that I had when I gave up alcohol, but like on steroids, because I was massively addicted to tobacco, and I was smoking upwards of, like, granted, it's not the worst thing, because a lot of people smoke like 2-3 packs a day, but you know, I was smoking like 11 or 12 American Spirits a day, and like, you do that over a period of time. Plus, when I was much younger, I was smoking cheaper cigarettes like the Pall Malls that have more chemicals and toxins in them, and those I was smoking 2 or 3 packs a day at 18 or 19. So a lot of stuff. My body's doing a hard reset, but it's good. It's a nice little cleanse. And then once all that's done, my mission this year in terms of my health, I'm sorry to completely off track the camera shit, talk about that, but the cough, anyway, is my goal is I would like to drop about by New Year's Eve of this year, which is, we just had New Year's, so a long ways away. By New Year's Eve of this year, I would like to be down 40 pounds. That's my goal, to lose 40 pounds. If I can lose 40 pounds, I'm in good shape. So anyway, the plan of what I'm doing with the lens is I would like to build up kind of a unique collection of prime lenses. I'll eventually get a zoom lens down the road here as well, just to have it. But I really want to start experimenting with prime lenses. And I decided for my very first prime lens investment, which I made, and the lens will be here mid next week, is an anamorphic prime lens. Now, I will get more into the specifications of the lens when it gets here, but I did want to let you guys know that for a while here, any future content or pieces of art or whatever, however you want to label my stuff, that I do with this VariCam will be in an anamorphic aspect ratio, because that's the only lens I'm going to have for the camera for a little bit. So that's the game plan. I'm really excited to see, you know, what I can do with the characteristics of an anamorphic lens. I've always been enamored by anamorphics. I've shot a lot with anamorphic adapters, but not with lenses themselves, if that makes sense. I've had a lot of experience shooting with anamorphic adapters in my lifetime. I was one of, not to toot my own horn here, but I was one of the first, if not the first filmmaker on YouTube in 2007 who was putting a 1.3 times squeeze anamorphic adapter on an XL2, getting me 235. And there were so many people so I did enjoy that too. Like, I've always liked the look of anamorphics. It's just some people don't like it at all. Some people are completely in the world of spherical lenses. God bless you. I do see the benefit, and I do see good things in the world of anamorphics. So yeah, that is what's coming up. So sorry about the little midway derailment and then going into personal stuff, but that's it. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.